Our future success is directly proportional to our ability to understand, adopt, and integrate new technology into our works. Very good morning to everyone. I, Shashank P., Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, feel privileged to welcome you all to the 6-day FDP on Emerging Trends and its Application in Civil Engineering. Now I call upon Ms. Ananya Desai, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to invoke the blessings of Lord Almighty.
ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರ ವದನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರ ವದನ ಸರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರವಂದ್ಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವನ ಸರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರವಂದ್ಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವನ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗಿತ್ತು ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗಿತ್ತು ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸು ನೀ ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸು ನೀ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟವಿಠಲನ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟವಿಠಲನ ಕಿಂಕರನೆನಿ ಸನ್ನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನೆ ಕಿಂಕರನೆನಿ ಸನ್ನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನೆ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Ananya. It was divine. Now I call upon Mr. Manu Vijay, HOD, Department of Civil Engineering, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning. I welcome you all for the 6-day faculty development program on emerging trends and its application in civil engineering, organized by Department of Civil Engineering, ATMEC, Mysuru, sponsored by AICT Atal from 18th to 23rd December 2023. Throughout the duration of this program, we have presentations, article discussions, and hands-on sessions led by experts. These sessions are designed to address the evolving needs of higher education and provide valuable insights that will empower our faculty to excel in their roles. On this occasion, it's my privilege to welcome the distinguished guests on and off the dais to this inaugural function. I welcome Sri M.G. Somshekhar, Chief Managing Director, P.G. Shetty, who accepted our invitation and being the chief guest of today's function. I welcome you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to Sri L. Arun Kumar, sir, Honorable Chairman, ATMEC, for today's function. In his absence here, I welcome you, sir. I welcome Sri K. Shivshankar, sir, Secretary ATMEC, to the inaugural function. In his absence here, I welcome you, sir. I welcome Sri R. Viresh Rezer, ATMEC, to the inaugural function. In his absence here, I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to Dr. A.K. Murthy, Principal of ATMEC, for his support in happening this event. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Basaraj L., IQSC Director, ATMEC, to this function. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Bhagyashree S.R., Dean Research, ATMEC College of Engineering. I welcome you, ma'am. welcome Dr. Govindagoda MS, Dean Academics, ATMEC. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Srinivas K, Dean Student Affairs, ATMEC College of Engineering. I welcome you, sir. Today we have Dr. Anantram, Advisor, HEARP, New Delhi, is one of our resource person. I extend warm welcome you to sir. I extend my sincere gratitude to all other resource person of this FDP event who have supported us in all aspects, and they will be joining us later today. I welcome you all. I welcome the head of various departments who have supported us in making these events to happen. I also welcome Dr. Sheshadri Shekhar N, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Coordinator of 6-day FDP. I welcome you, sir. The faculty development program serves as a platform for our distinguished faculty members to engage in rich exchange of ideas, methodologies, and best practices. I welcome you all the faculty members of engineering and diploma colleges, industry persons from different parts of the states who have showed their interest in attending this faculty development program. I welcome you all. I welcome all the teaching and non-teaching staffs of Civil Department and ATME staff members of their tireless effort is making this event to happen. Thank you, and I wish you all fruitful, rewarding faculty development program and happy stay at ATM. Thank you.
I extend my heartfelt welcome to Mr. Manu Vijay, HOD of Department of Civil Engineering, to the inaugural ceremony. Welcome you, sir. Now I call upon the dignitaries on the dais to perform the land lightning symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and victory of knowledge.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्.
Now I call upon Ms. Namita A.P., Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, to introduce our Chief Guest, Shri M.G. Somshekar, Chief Manager of Director, P.G. Shetty.
Good morning, one and all present here. I'm Namita A.P., Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. It's my privilege to introduce today's Chief Guest of inaugural function, Shri M.G. Somshekar, Chief Managing Director, P.G. Shetty, to the gathering. Sir has completed his bachelor's degree in construction technology from NIE Mysuru in the year 1985. Sir has more than 4 decades of experience in the field of construction technology. He is a pioneer in the introducing
Thank you, Ms. Namita. Your journey has been filled with challenges, but you faced them head on and emerged stronger. This felicitation is a testament to your resilience and ability to overcome obstacles. I request dignitaries on the dais to felicitate our esteemed chief guest. Now I request Shri M.G. Somshekar, Chief Managing Director, PG Shetty, to address the gathering.
Very good morning. Beloved principal, dignitaries on the dais, and dear faculty members of civil engineering, senior professors, my teacher, Mr. Sunit Kumar. Incidentally, I passed out from NI in the year 1985. And I had the opportunity to listen to both the son and his father as my teachers. Some rarest opportunity we get. Let me extend my gratitude for having invited me and giving me an opportunity to share whatever I have learned in this 4 decades after my graduation. Thank you very much for the organizing committee. And thank you for the nice introduction. Unfortunately, we always go through these technical hits. I do not know whether I really fit into the shoes of a chief guest today because I'm trying to address faculty members. I was always used to address the students. It was very easy to communicate to the students. Now, communicating to the teachers, it's a big difficult task. I think I'll do some justice. Any time allocated to us, sir? No, it's okay. We need to have some. Okay, thank you. So, Dear friends, we all know that we are part of this engineering, which is the ancient, old, and which has a history of more than 300 years. And we should be proud to be a part of this discipline of engineering. This is a mother for all engineering. Not just mother, it's also a father for all this engineering. And we should be proud to be associated, not demeaning any other engineering disciplines, but I'm just trying to make you feel proud that you're a part of it. Whether you wantedly joined it or as a last resort you have joined it for the teaching or as a student. But this is one of the finest field of engineering. It is mother of engineering for the simple reason that this is the only engineering field which directly deals with the civilization, which directly deals with the social engineering, which has a direct connect with the human beings. It is not just that. We have a responsibility for the natural resource. So we deal with the nature, the mother nature. So we should be very proud that we have an opportunity to be a part of this engineering, which connects with the nature, connects with the civil engineers, connect with the civilians, and connects with the civilization. That is why we have always held ourselves up in identifying as a part of this mother of all engineering field. Any idea why the civil got as a prefix for this engineering? Why are we called as civil engineers? Anyway, we are connected to civilization. We are part of the civil society. So we have been identified as civil engineers. It was the only engineering field in my knowledge which was looked upon. As I told you, it's a history of more than 300 years. In India itself, we had the oldest engineering college way back in 1794. It was opened in India. So again, we have history of nearly more than 200 years. Today, it's very unfortunate because I have been in touch with the institution as a man who connects the industry to academy. I hear that the students joining civil engineering have come down drastically. The numbers have come down drastically. Many of the institutions are thinking of closing the branch itself. It is so unfortunate. This is not a good sign. Somewhere we have really gone wrong in sending a right message to our students, a right message to our budding engineers, that this is the field which is going to be existing forever till the civilization exists. Unfortunately, this has become a last resort for our students to join. So, as faculties, as senior professors, we need to really introspect ourselves. Why? Where are we? And what is the way forward? How do we see that we put them in a right orbit so that they identify themselves as a part of good engineering? So my suggestion, or due to my experience, what are the suggestions? You have always built structures. If you just recall, whatever we had built, it was all sustainable. Of course, there was no dearth of time when this field started. But still, whatever we have built, we had a completely sustainable approach. With the advent of the new materials, the new technologies, and the new method of constructions, somehow we forgot how a sustainable building could be built. And after so many years, we have realized that we have created a big damage to this earth for its natural resources. And we don't have a natural resource which cannot be renewable. You don't get it back once you spend it. So you need to be more accountable in seeing that these resources are used in a very, very judicious manner, and that's the responsibility of civil engineers. My dear friends, who was called the best civil engineer maybe 40 years back or 50 years back? An engineer, he has to work hard standing in the sun. Then he was rated as a good engineer. He had to see that things are done as per the specification, standing in the hot sun. So invariably we took that for granted, that a civil engineer has to be like this. And no wonder, even after this 40 years of my experience in the field, I see the same expectation from a civil engineer. To be in the hot sun, to work under a contractor, then only you will learn what is civil engineering. It is very unfortunate that they have never been able to set a process and to identify this as an industry which is process driven. Even today it has been driven by people who are non-engineers, but unfortunately, all of us are driven by people who are non-engineers. And their approach to construction, their approach to adoption of technology, the entire approach for the building is completely different. It's high time you as civil engineers have to put your foot down and tell, this is how it has to be a process-driven industry. A lot of gap I've been seeing since all these 4 decades. I don't see any closure of these gaps even today. I see the same practice happening in construction. 95% of the construction is just for 5%, in my knowledge, who have adopted a good practices in engineering, who go very, very methodical, and whatever, it could be safety, it could be specifications, everything is being adopted. And out of this 5%, believe me, it is not even 1% of the construction industry has adopted advanced technologies. So your subject today is on the modern trends, the advanced technology, its adoption. It's a very good subject, no doubt. But why are we not able to adopt these modern practices, the modern technology? If you go outside India, what you call as technology today, they're all 40 years old. If you say you have to build something, it is done only using some good process of construction, that is using technology. Today we see that as a technology in India. So, however much we have developed, however much we have gone ahead in the civil engineering field, yet we are still not completely aware of what construction is happening over the other part of the world in the developing countries. So, dear friends, it's high time you need to see that we make our industry technology driven. Our civil engineering students compare themselves for the other field of students. It is only because of the simple reason that they have a right script, right process to follow. But we still are yet to evolve and say this is the only process or methodology through which we build our structures. Unfortunately, who has to embrace the technology first? It's a very difficult answer. People who have the passion for that start embracing the technology. And how do you see that the technology what you bring is get into the common man? It is very difficult. As an entrepreneur, if you try to explain that this is a new technology, this is a good technology, try to use it, it is not sufficient. Nobody will believe you. And unfortunately, the construction side of business has always been looked in doubt. We don't really believe them. It is because we have performed like this in the past. Let's forget that. But who has to see that these emerging technologies are embraced into construction, and we have a technology intervention in construction? I feel it is the institutes like this, the engineering colleges, who have to demonstrate use of technologies in their infrastructure. How many institutions have adopted use of technologies in their infrastructure? Very few. You can't just count. I don't see any institution which has adopted technology. In Mysore, at least, we have 8 to 10 or more colleges. I have not seen. You have to correct me if I am wrong. So, unless and until an institution adopts the emerging technologies, it is not going to be easy, a common man, to go outside the industry and tell the academic people, the industry people, and the government agencies that this is a good technology. It's very difficult. However much you talk, however much you share, your experiences in such forum will just remain within these four walls if an academic institute does not get into the emerging technologies promotion. Then public will immediately embrace it. Common man will embrace it. So my earnest suggestion, having given me this opportunity to speak in this platform for all the decision makers, please see that the technologies are adopted in some percentage in your institutions, in your infrastructure works. Then only you'll be able to see that the students participate. Then only you'll be able to see that the right message goes to the public and goes to the industry. So people will have belief when an institution does. Anything, if you look back in the history, whatever people have adopted or whatever the institutions have developed, our laboratories have developed. So unless you have this research, development, it is not just research and development, connecting it with the industry is the most important. Otherwise, even your research and developments will be under your four walls, unless you connect to the industry. Government has come out with a lot of programs to see that the technologies are adopted. But you know, whenever you talk about government constructions, people have their own apprehensions. It's not that easy. If government does something, a common man adopts. Because the practices, the system has grown so big that transparency is a challenge. Remember, any technology when you embrace, every technology comes with transparency. So they go hand in hand. Technology and transparency go hand in hand. So you need a right platform to see that the technologies are implemented. With this, I would like to share some of my experiences with different technologies in my career. Of course, why do you need technology? It's a basic question. Why do you need technology's intervention? So you need to have a necessity. Necessity is the mother of all inventions. If you don't have that challenging problem, otherwise you could have solved with your regular conventional methods. You go to technology because it is very difficult to address a requirement with regular conventional practices. So that is when the technology intervention is very, very important. So I would like to share some of my experiences in intervention of technologies in civil engineering structures. Goes to almost in 2000, 2005. When we first took up an assignment, we used to work only for government till recent past. Now we have stopped working with the government. There was a temple renovation to be done, conservation, renovation, retrofitting. It was a very challenging task. In Coorg, you must have heard of Talkaveri Bagmandla. The time allocated for that complete work was around 2 years, including rainy season. So normally in Coorg, we used to lose nearly 4 months. We used to shut down the construction. So 8 months are gone. Out of 24 months, 8 months are gone. You are left with only 16. You have to deliver the project. One of the engineering tasks what came across is renovating the roof of an existing temple which was about 400 years old. And the condition was all those wooden structures, the rafters, purlins, everything was in teakwood of that age, and none of the structures had nails as a connection. It was all tongue and groove, dovetail, or some connection detail which has no use of any kind of fasteners. The second challenge. We had nearly about 1,000 ornamental rafters. If you see a temple, unfortunately I don't have a presentation today, I was not prepared, but it is worth having a presentation sometime. These ornamental rafters, this was about 1,200 numbers. And naturally, you used to go for the best of the wood sculptures. We went for Tamil Nadu, we brought them, and we wanted to deploy them. Shockingly, to prepare one ornamental rafter, it was a 4 days job for the best skilled artisan. So just imagine how many members we need to employ, how much time we need to deploy to do all this. Then it was the only technology which could save the time, the quality. So within a time frame, bringing the quality is also a challenge for the civil engineer. You cannot just say, escape, I have done it so fast, please compromise something on the quality. No, that is not accepted. Have to deliver both quality, time, and within the cost. These are the three challenges always with the civil engineer. So what we did, there are called routers, CNC routers. When we tried manufacturing one rafter with one skilled person, it almost took us 4 days to finish to the level it can be used. When we identified a computerized numerical cutting machine as a router, a wood router, especially we zeroed in on that and we tried to get that and get it done. You'll not believe each rafter took about 45 minutes with the best of its quality, best of its output, no hassles. You make an AutoCAD drawing, you feed into it. Believe me, in 1 week, we took all the rafters out from a CNC workshop. So this is where the intervention of technology counts. And even when you make from your hands, at least there will be some tolerance, from 3 to 4 mm tolerance you need to give. But we had just 1 mm tolerance when you got out all these rafters. It was so easy, we could finish the whole roof fixing in 2 months' time. So this is how the necessity is the mother of all invention, how you try to intervene technology in civil engineering. Second opportunity, what we had after that project, I was always searching for technologies which are completely self-governed. What is that it is self-governed? See, all problems of civil engineering happens only because of creeping errors of human beings. We believe somebody and he doesn't see that whatever the quality, the time we need, the output is given. Unfortunately, this industry still deals 90% of the employees of this industry are still unorganized, no skills. They can be in agriculture, they can be your mason. You don't even have a method to test whether he's a mason or not. You end up paying him. So, there has to be something which you always get blamed because of not your mistake, because of the mistake somebody else does. And civil engineers are blamed always for that. This has always remained as a pain for us because we were exposed to a lot of inspections, and even without your mistakes, you people need to bow down your heads. That was an unfortunate thing with civil engineers because you can't claim that he did it. You are responsible for that. You are managing 50 people or 500 people. End of the day, you are responsible to see that the quality is given. We don't have, unfortunately, a process for that, which is very rigid, unless you embrace technologies. So there, a challenge came, and you need an opportunity to use technology again. Technology just cannot be used. So there was an opportunity came in Mysore. We had to deliver about 1,000 houses in a span of 7 months. People who invited the tenders also did not know how is it possible. But just for the sake of it, because people were taking a lot of time, they tried all methods to construct. It was taking years to gather, and final quality of product of hopeless. So they decided we should use some technology. They just know the word that we should use technology. What is the technology you are going to use? What are its repercussions? Is it going to fit to my Indian conditions? So they are all the challenges. And is it acceptable by our engineers who have not been exposed to building such things? Yes, we took it as a challenge. We said we will deliver. I started searching for the technology. That was the time in 2008, 2010, when the best of the construction industries in India were talking about, we call it as a cycle time. From one casting of the structure to the other casting of the structure, the time gap between the two castings of the complete roof, including the structure, we call it as a cycle time. So people were talking about a cycle time of 7 days, the best cycle time of 4 to 5 days. It was just humanly impossible to build 1,000 houses in 7 months with this kind of cycle time. Again, we started searching for the technologies. You will not believe when the rest of the world spoke about 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a cycle of constructing the whole house. It is called a monolithic construction technology. You must have seen now lakhs of houses have come. And we were the first to see that that trend is set and prove to the government that a house can be done like this. We were the first to cast in Mysore. It is the history. So we zeroed in on a technology where from US somebody wrote to me that our cycle time is 24 hours. What is the cycle time? From plinth level up to the roof level, we used to get 4 houses in every 24 hours. All the elements of a house. It could be your sunshades, it could be your balconies, it could be your drop charges, anything. So, again, that was challenge. We went there, we studied the technology, we brought to India, we started producing the houses. So, interestingly, now, we have not seen a de-shuttering or making a house in 24 hours and trying to de-shutter and move. We have always used for this 28 dense strength of the concrete. So, engineers started questioning. They allowed the technology to be used. But the challenge is they started questioning. We have never seen a de-stripping below 7 days. Most de-stripping time can be 3 days. But we cannot allow you to de-strip in 24 hours. So these are the challenges when you bring technology. So that is why I tell you need research laboratories to see that it is implemented, shown to people, and then bring it to ground. Fortunately, we made them to agree for 3 days stripping time with all our efforts, and we started doing the target project. Whatever was to be finished in 7 months, it took 18 months, but still it was much, much years ahead of every conventional construction which was being used. And first time, this was recognized by Government of India, and we were given, the state government was given a Prime Minister's Award for having implemented the best cost-effective technology in India in Mysore. That's something to be very proud of. And people have to know, now today, crores, millions of houses are being constructed using the technology. So unless somebody tries for a change creation is not easy. It's not easy. We are very resistant to that, but somebody has to do it. So that is one more challenging technology we used. And going forward with that, we again felt there is also a technology which has not addressed 100% of quality issues for the construction. Then finally, we zeroed in on a precast technology. That also we tried quite some 5 to 6 years. We have been into precasting of elements. We have a factory in Mysore. You're all welcome, if you have not visited, to visit that factory. Complete construction of any kind of infrastructure is completely done in the factory. What civil engineering has to look at as a process. That is what you people should be up to. It's very surprising. People even today have not heard of certain technologies which are being used in India, and they have not experienced it, now they have not felt it. So this is one of the technology where the complete building, including your roofs, your walls, your columns, your beams, whatever you say, everything is manufactured in the factory. We take it to site and we just erect it on site. The beauty of this technology is 90% of your work happens in the factory, so that you have the best quality control. Whatever you draw in the drawings, you get it with a tolerance of 2 to 3 mm, maximum 5 mm. Civil engineering don't talk about mm at all in tolerance. Even today, we talk in inches. It's okay. Not okay. So if you want to be really trying to embrace technologies, you have to see, to compete with any kind of field of engineering. You should be prepared. If you want to prepare, you should have process. If you want to have process, you should have technology to drive the process. So this is one more opportunity we had to construct about 128 houses, which was read out in our CV. So dear friends, intervention of technology is a must. The other challenges why we need technology today, gone are those days where we used to completely depend on the loyalty and the integrity of the people who worked on site. Today, that is not there. It has become a rarest commodity. So, it is my experience that you need to have a process-driven construction. It is no more a construction, you have to treat it as a product. They produce a car, you produce a building. That's it. A time has to come when you go for the shop, like you shop anything in a supermarket, you should be able to go, order your houses, get it within a span of 2 to 3 months up completely. So that is the future of civil engineers. That is what I expect each of you to know and try to imbibe this in your students, and you should make them feel proud that they are a part of the best part of engineering. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you for the opportunity given to share all these technologies. You really need hours together. If you are interested sometime, probably I'll be able to make a presentation and try to take you through the complete process of these technologies. I'm just giving you an overview because of the paucity of time. Thank you. Thank you very much again.
Thank you, sir, for your insights on application in civil engineering and emerging technologies and explaining new journey of opportunities. Now I request Dr. Basavaraj L., IQAC Director, Professor and Head of Department of Electronics and Communication, to give away the presidential address.
Good morning, one and all present here. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, my dear colleagues. Due to some urgent work, our principal left the hall, so he has to attend some urgent work, and he gave the responsibility to address presidential address. Our chief guest, Professor M.G. Somashekar, has narrated the complete history of our civil engineering. Even he has quoted 400 years old temple renovation. It is very interesting. What I would like to conclude here is, nowadays, trend is towards computer science and allied branch. Everyone wanted to become computer science engineer. Very few with interest might have been opted civil engineering. Of course, a computer science engineer may earn better salary and they need not go to field. They'll have to sit in a AC room and work. Who has to build that AC room? Okay, without civil engineer, development in any cities, developing any country is not possible. You take anything, it may be a road work, metro, multi-store buildings or whatever it is. So in total, civil engineering is very good branch. I think in these 6 days, FDP, experts going to share their knowledge. I think all participants going to update their skills attending this 6 days program. I wish the organizer as well as a participant for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To bring this event toward its conclusion, we believe a token of gratitude is in order. I request Dr. Sheshadri Shekhar N., Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, to propose vote of thanks.
Hello? Hello? I wish to thank all the participants and each and everybody on the dais, and the participants who are coming from other colleges also for this FDP. I wish to thank our chief guest, Dr. Shivashankar, Dr. Somashekar, Chief Managing Director, PG Shetty Constructions, for his enormous explanation about the civil engineering. And not only that, encouraging the people to do civil engineering and to practice civil engineering. That is the main thing what he is telling. As per the whatever he told is correct. So many of our students also going to other departments for softwares. But doing something better to the society is only by civil engineering. That only he has explained. I'm always thanks to him. And on behalf of everybody, I wish to thank Somashekar. I wish to thank our Paul, who has given permission and who is continuously encouraging the faculty members to do something FDP to be useful for the society. So that is this only, that is FDP. This FDP, usually what everybody is doing is different from our FDP. This is implementation of IoT in civil engineering. Not only that, that is here, artificial intelligence, how it works out for civil engineers. And ANN applications and MATLAB applications, all these things will be taught to the students. This actually, what I can tell is, this type of FDP is required for the, not only for the students, but also for the faculty members, those who are doing research work. So many researchers could not conclude their project or their thesis, and they could not show the validation, especially. So for validation purpose, you can use ANN and AI more in the field of civil engineering. Actually, for my research also, I used only ANN. So that type of thing you can use, and you can conclude your researches. That is why FDP has been proposed, and this FDP is actually useful to the faculty members, and in what way it is useful for the students also is there. Okay, unless we learn, we cannot teach. That is why FDP has been proposed. And the next one is, I want to thank our chairman, who is always as our backbone to do all these things. In absentia, we are thanking him. And I want to thank the trustee member Shivashankar and our trustee member Mr. Videsh for encouraging us for doing all these FDPs. I want to congratulate, I want to thank you, our IQSC director, to do something about the mingling with electronics. Last time also we have conducted one international conference mingling with GC, that is Electronics and Communication Systems, for international conference also. So now we are proposing, this is implementation of computers in the area of civil engineering. We know everything that we are using, actually ANSYS, all these softwares, but artificial intelligence and ANN are more trust areas for our civil engineers. Not only our IQSC director has given the idea, and I want to thank our director research, who is always with us, that is our Bhagyashree madam, who is always with us to do something for the students and for the faculty. So I want to thank her. And I want to thank our Dean Academics, Govindagowda sir,